Good morning, everyone. My name is Hypno Jojo, and it's time for your daily collective reading. Hopefully, you had a wonderful weekend. It is now Monday, October 21st, 2024. And, honestly, I'm kind of in the mood for some like pancakes and sausage, eggs, like one of those like really hearty, fulfilling breakfasts, but not going to be that kind of morning for me because I will probably fall right asleep if I do that. So let's just hop in and see what specifically it is that Spirit Source has for us to know today. And knowing all of this, just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with you, you know, don't leave yourself hanging dry, you know. Maybe go find another reading that might resonate with what's going on with you. Already off the bat, we've got the Nine of Wands and the Page of Pentacles in reverse here, which is kind of interesting for me because it just gives me the impression that within this spooky season here, it's almost as if you're waiting for the shoe to drop. It's giving this impression that, there may be something going on with, something that you're learning or something that you are that you're like starting to culminate for yourself, but there could just be a delay in the progress here just because of these unhealthy expectations about what it is that you think the outcome is supposed to be. It's understandable to second guess yourself. It's understandable to have an expectation for how things are supposed to go. And knowing all of that, just give yourself some grace on how things develop long term. Remember, we can have an idea of how things are going to turn out, but we aren't doing ourselves a favor by holding this internal fear or this worry that it's not going to go one way or the other. It could just even signify here with this Nine of Wands here that you're kind of in this waiting period, so to speak, like you just wrapped up some kind of tough break, so to speak. And now it's kind of like being caught in the eye of the storm, right? And just kind of expecting it to about to get a little bit worse before it gets better. But wherever you're finding yourself right now, especially during this Halloween season, we've got the moon card here coming out, just really giving us the understanding that maybe it's time to just be a little bit aware that things are not as they seem here. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are dead wrong on everything that you're perceiving and you're experiencing, but just be mindful that the map is not the territory in this case. Everything is happening for a reason in the way that it's supposed to be happening because we also have the judgment card coming out here, and it's just giving this vibe of like you're going through this transformation. Old things have to fall off, have to die in order for you to be able to carry on and move forward in your life, to transition into the 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 point of, of living or a point of being that you want to embody for yourself. Let's just see a little bit more about what's going on here. Right. So we have the Three of Pentacles here, and it's really, again, affirming this transformation from the Judgment card here, really speaking on the fact that you're taking this time to cultivate, craft something in particular. It could be a skill, it could be an ability, it could just be you're working on your mental health. You're working on how you perceive yourself, how you really show up for yourself. And that takes a lot of time and patience and understanding some open-mindedness, excuse me, some vulnerability on your part. And all the while, you're again with this moon card here, just signifying that, it makes you uncomfortable to consider things in a new new light, you're really cautious about who you put your time and energy into, and knowing that, it's making you a little bit skeptical about what's to come or who you're even involving yourself with, or just is this even possible for you to make the progress you're seeking here? So let's just get a little bit more about what it is that we need to focus on moving forward here. Queen of Wands here in reverse here. So it's just giving me this impression too, this understanding that, this fire inside of you, this passionate kind of person that used to be is maybe not just you're just not showing up in the way that you'd like to show up. Again, with the moon card here, with the judgment card here, it's signifying transformation, not everything as it appears to be. It's really putting you off your element here. You're really kind of feeling off your game, or maybe just be a little bit too harsh on yourself here, being a little bit too uh uh, overly zealous, or just comparing yourself to other people because you're in this expectation of what it's supposed to be like for yourself. And that's, again, we're just asking you here to consider you don't have to, that is not your burden to bear. We're here to just experience life for what it is. We're here to experience the ups and downs, the transformation, the journey, the hero's journey here. So, Spirit Source, what is it that they can take away that what the collective can know moving forward? Perhaps give us some insight, some wisdom on what specifically we need to know about this situation to get the best healing outcome. Queen of Swords here. So just be a little bit diligent here, be a little bit diligent on how you communicate or share what with yourself, in particular, how you're speaking to yourself, how you're imparting the lessons learned, like taking what you've learned in the past and applying it to now. You don't have to be, again, as I mentioned, so hard on yourself, but it's really about learning how we think, how we believe, how we perceive our world and our environment in order for us to move on, to move forward. Queen of Pentacles here too, right? So this is that nurturing, loving figure of ourselves. So not only are we speaking kind thoughts or kind things to ourselves, we're also taking that time to nurture ourselves, to really, take some time to rest, to maybe take some time to feed yourself well spiritually. Are you meditating? Are you taking the time to pray, to journal, to really speak your truth and hold on to that connection that you have with Spirit Team, with Source, that you have to your ancestors, and also making sure that you're taking care of your vessel as well. Are you taking the time to, again, rest? Are you taking the time to hydrate, to eat nutritious and delicious foods, right? Both of these queen cards are just speaking on the nurturing aspect of not only communicating with yourself, but also just experiencing the material, like the physical realm of things. Is there anything else, Source or Spirit, that you want for us to know in this moment about how we can get the best healing outcome? Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords here in reverse, and this is just speaking on letting go of deception, letting go of speaking ill about other people, letting go the need to manipulate and force an outcome here, right? You are, of course, worried, or of course, anxious, or of course, concerned for how you are going to move forward in this new space, in this new light of becoming you, of really embracing your journey, your path. And it might put you in this place of hypervigilance, of being keenly aware of who is asking what and what they're doing around you as you're going through this transformation, as we've noticed with this judgment card here. But it doesn't mean that you have to be this person that is sneaky, conniving, manipulative. And those all seem like really, um, you know, uh, jabs to the side, or like really, deep cutting of a word to use. But using that um so vividly because I want you to be aware that the way that you show up for yourself is going to impact the way that you show up around other people. And these people are going to see you, experience you, perceive you in a way that's either positive or negative, which will impact your journey in the future. It doesn't mean that we have to hold on to the idea that we care about everything that other people think or believe about us, but it is just being mindful of how your energy impacts other people. Again, when we nurture our mind, when we nurture our body, when we take the consideration to be kind to ourselves, we then show up in the world in a way that is kind and compassionate and energetically sends out this vibration that we can be trusted. We can be someone that is good company to keep, right? But if we go around thinking and expecting or believing that other people are out to get us or to hurt us in our process or in our transformation journey, we're only going to attract nothing but that kind of energy. So just be mindful of how you're showing up for yourself, how you're showing up to other for other people. Don't, it's not saying to let your guard down, but just be mindful of how you interact with other people to get what you want. If you want to get what you want, if you want to receive good things, then just be open and vulnerable enough in a way that speaks your truth and still protects your boundaries, right? And that's all we're really speaking on here. Again, not everything is as it seems right now. Don't hold on to this belief that everyone is out to get you, that that this is how the situation is meant to be moving forward. You're just in your process of transformation. You're just stepping foot into a new light, a new era, a new chapter, which is your life, which is your journey of really embodying all that you really are. So I think that's all that we have to speak on for today. Again, you're just really coming out of this time. I'm seeing at the bottom of the deck here the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and it's really just it's in giving this situation or this understanding that you may not be feeling grounded or rooted in a home environment, that you may not be feeling like, abundance is around you, and that's okay. You're in your transformation period. It's meant to feel uncomfortable, so that way it will get you to do the things that will help you show up for yourself in the best way possible. Okay. Don't take this reading as a negative. Take this reading as something to help fuel you, to help push you, to help guide you in a way that maybe brings about new thought or new I guess that's all I can really say. New thought, so to speak, on how we can just show up for ourselves here. So I hope that resonates with you today. If it does, go ahead and click that like button, subscribe, follow, do the thing. You know what to do. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for another collective read. My name is Hypno Jojo. It was an honor, it was a privilege, and it's a pleasure.